Hello everyone and welcome back in a new video. In this video we will talk about how extension of time is managed under the ICE UK contracts, uh, which stands for Institution of Civil Engineers UK. Okay, so we will focus especially on the engineer's role because in ICE contracts the engineer is not just a supervisor, they are the key decision maker when it comes to delays, fairness, and time extension. Okay, so let's start. So first we have here the introduction to ICE contracts. So the ICE contracts were developed by the Institution of Civil Engineers in the UK, and they are mainly used for infrastructure and civil engineering projects like road, bridges, and water systems. Okay, so in these contracts, the engineer plays a central role, acting as the link between the employer and the contractor. So the main focus of ICE contracts is one, fairness, technical control, and clear procedures, making sure that both sides follow the contract while keeping the project realistic and balanced. Okay, so I hope introduction to ICE contracts is clear. Okay, so next we have here the engineer's dual role. Okay, in ICE contracts, the engineers actually has two important roles. The first, the engineer represents the employer, meaning they manage and supervise the project on the employer's behalf. Second, the engineer also acts as an independent certifier. So this means that when there is a time or cost claim, the engineer must review it fairly and independently, not just in a favor of the employers. Okay, so the engineer needs to balance contract rules with the practical project realities, and every decision must be clear, fair, and well documented. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Next, we have EOT under ICE contracts. So, under ICE contracts conditions, the process of EOT is very structured. Here you can see the first contractor must submit the written notice of delay. So, the contractor must send a written notice as soon as they now know the about the possible delays. Okay, so second, here you can see engineer review cause, responsibilities, and impact. So the engineer reviews the cause of the delay, whether it's the contractor's fault or you can say uh, i- it's the contractor's fault or not, and how it affects the project timeline. So if the engineer find the claim valid, so they grant an extension of time. So the main idea is fairness, so that the contractor is not, you can say, penalized for delays that are outside their control. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Next, we have common grounds for EOT. So some of the most common reasons of you can say for EOT under IC contracts include here. First is the unforeseen site condition, such as unexpected ground problems. Second, adverse weather beyond normal range. Okay. So third, we have variations ordered by the engineer, and then fourth, delays due to employer or other contractors. Okay. And delays caused by the employer or other contractors working on the same site. Okay. So all these are valid grounds, but again, the contractor must give timely notice and proper evidence. Okay. So Next, we have here the engineer's assessment process. So now let's look at the how the engineer actually handles an EOT claims. So here you can see we have here first receive and record the notice of delay. So the engineer receives and records the notice of delay. Second, you can see review contract clauses and evidence. So the review and relevant contract clauses and you can say will be checked and also uh, will be checked with other supporting documents. Okay. So third, we have assess cost, duration, and critical path impact. So the engineer then assess the delay, what caused it, and how long it will last, and how it affects the critical path of the project. Okay. So next, the engineer might consult both parties to get a full picture. Then finally, here you can see grant or reject EOT with the written justification. So the engineer either grants or rejects the EOT and provides a written explanation for the decision. So this step-by-step approach keeps the process transparent and fair. Okay. Okay, so next we have importance of impartiality. Okay, so one of the most important duties of the engineer under ICE is impartiality. Okay, even though the engineer is hired by the employer, they must make EOT decisions independently based on facts and they will follow the contract terms and fairness as well. Okay, so this impartial role helps to build trust between all parties and reduces the you can say reduce the chance of conflicts between the parties. So it is also aligned with the UK legal principles of good faith, meaning everyone should act honestly and fairly in contract matters. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so next we have documentation and records. So in EOT cases, documentation is everything. So the engineer should here you can see maintain detailed logs and correspondences. So keep detailed log of all detailed delays and notices and correspondences. Then ask the contractor for supporting evidence. Then record the reason for granting or rejecting any claim. Okay, so these records are important not just for fairness; they also create a clear audit trail which protect the engineers. Okay. Next, we have disputes and challenges. Okay, so of course, not everyone always agrees with the engineer's decision. So sometimes the contractor or employer may challenge the OT outcome. So when this happens, so ICE contracts have a formal dispute resolution process, starting with the engineer's review and then moving to the arbitration if needed. So, but if the engineer keep good documentation and act fairly, so their position is usually well protected. Okay, I hope this is clear. So finally, we have here this summary. So now let's summarize. So first, you can see engineer plays a key role in the fair EOT determination. So the engineer plays a central and fair role in managing EOT under ICE contracts. Then they must balance technical knowledge, okay, and technical knowledge with the contractual understanding. So then we have here the so next we have the impartial and well-documented decision lead to trust and fairness. So the ICE model promotes professionalism, balance, and transparency in contract administration. So, the engineer is not just a technical expert; they are also you can say, work as a guardian for fairness in the project timeline. Okay, so I hope everything is clear related to the ICE UK contracts. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.